and welcome to the latest in Digital Spy's video reviews of the biggest movie releases around. This time we're looking at the Shining sequel, Dr. Sleep, and if you like what you see, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe to our channel below for more of our video content. I'm Ian, and if you have the ability to shine, this review is also available telepathically. Based on Stephen King's novel of the same name, Dr. Sleep catches up with a now grown-up Danny Torrance as he's still trying to put the events of the Overlook Hotel behind him. Unfortunately for him, just as he's getting his life back together, a child with a powerful ability to shine comes into his life and asks for his help in defeating a cult that feeds off the shine of innocent children.
I need you to listen to me. The world's a hungry place. A dark place.
Hi there.
I only met 2 or 3 people like us. They died.
Playing the grown-up Danny Torrance, who now just goes by Dan, is Ewan McGregor, and unfortunately he's just a bit dull in the lead role. Having more fun is Rebecca Ferguson as Rose the Hat, the leader of the True Knot, the cult that's going after the innocent children. She seems to know exactly what film she's in, and she chews the scenery marvellously. The only thing is her Irish accent kind of goes a bit missing every now and then, but she's just so much fun in the role that you don't actually mind.
Not many ride the bus this far north. You're running away from something?
I'm running away from myself, I guess.
Famously, Stephen King wasn't the biggest fan of Stanley Kubrick's take on his original iconic novel, The Shining. Dr. Sleep does a good job in proving to be both a sequel to the film version of The Shining and the book of The Shining, and it all comes together in a final act that we won't spoil for you here, but it will satisfy the Shining fans of both book and film.
When I was a kid, I bumped into these things. I don't know about magic. I always called it The Shining.
One thing that's less successful though is Dr. Sleep does do some recreations of classic Shining moments. Think Wendy cowering behind the door. And if the description of the film didn't make it clear, this is a weird film. If you're not okay with lines like "the world's not steamy these days" and "big steam, oh honey, it was huge," then maybe this film is not for you, but you sort of just have to go along with it because the whole thing comes from the original movie, so you can't exactly blame Dr. Sleep for these weird moments. Much like The Shining, Dr. Sleep takes its time too. There's a slow pace to this film that might not suit people who are more used to mainstream genre fare, and coupled with a runtime that's well over 2 hours, it is a bit too long for its own good. It does drag a bit, but it's rarely dull to watch. Fortunately, Dr. Sleep is directed by Mike Flanagan, who created Netflix's The Haunting of Hill House, as well as celebrated horror films Oculus and Gerald's Game. So it always looks great, and since he's a huge fan of The Shining, it shines through in every single frame, pun intended. While there might not be scenes that live long in the memory like The Shining do, there are some great moments in Dr. Sleep, including a trippy mind battle between Rose the Hat and Abra, the little girl that Dan's trying to help. The psychic mind battle takes place in kind of mind libraries, which sounds weird but does make sense when you watch it, and is capped off by a brilliantly gory moment that will be hard to watch.
Yes, you run, dear. And then I will find you, and you will scream for years.
The problem is though, Dr. Sleep isn't really that scary, so if that's what you're after, you won't find it here. It's sometimes unsettling, but it's telling that the creepiest moments come from callbacks to the original Shining, mainly because you remember just how much they terrified you when you first watched it and still watch it now. There's nothing in Dr. Sleep that you feel will linger long in the memory. What is good to see though is that director Mike Flanagan has clearly just been allowed to make the film he wanted to make. It's weird, it's slow, and it's definitely for the Shining fans only, so it's hard to tell if a mainstream horror audience will take to it, much like they did to It back in 2017 and with It Chapter 2 this year.
When I was a kid, there was a place. A dark place. They closed it down and let it rot. But the things that lived there...
Hello, Danny.
They come back.
If you're in the mood for a Halloween treat, Dr. Sleep is out in UK cinemas on October 31st and is released in US cinemas on November 8th. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel below for more of our video content. Thanks, bye.